What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday if you're joining us live. My name's Tyler. This is Sean with Rendered Reality, and thank you for joining us on Coffee and VR.
You're hyped.
Dude, I've been hyped all morning, man. I don't know. Well, I'll explain why maybe a little bit later after the show, but we're going to get into a little studio talk maybe later. We'll save it. We are not going to push that on you guys now, but I do want to know what you guys think I should add to my new VR studio in the comments. But
that's what you've been busy with this week. I mean, you've been sending me a bunch of pictures. I've been really excited because this has been a plan you've been talking about for a while. But this week for me, obviously, some After the Fall. After the Fall, we played that quite a bit before the official launch, and then I've played it a little bit this week as well. We're going to get into some of that today. And I've still been doing the Box VR, the Fit XR, with my wife and her mom. We've actually, the three of us, have been getting up every morning and doing a workout together, and it's been fantastic. So. And a little bit of other stuff. There's some stuff in the works that we can't talk about yet that we've gotten to play this week that we'll be talking about later at a later date once we're allowed to. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, really. I got my my butt kicked playing Stride this week.
Oh, you did. Gosh, you were complaining about being sore.
It's ridiculous. I think I go too hard in games. Like, you just don't realize it when you're doing it.
No, you're having fun.
And afterwards, it's like days of pain from it. And I'm like, gosh,
that's the greatest thing about VR and working out is you get so much physical activity and strenuous physical activity a lot of times, movements that you're not used to doing. You don't even realize you're having so much fun. And then later you're like, holy crap, am I sore? And that's happened to me. I couldn't even tell you how many times.
The time.
Yeah.
All the time, man. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we have been playing a lot of After the Fall. I mean, it's kind of hard to not, right? I mean, now everyone's got access to it as of what, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to see what everyone thinks, I would say, on top of all of it. You know, there's a lot of stuff flying around. Speaking of, Mash Daddy Cool in here on the Facebook Oculus 2 group. I keep seeing everybody posting stuff, you know, their thoughts on it. Yeah,
it seems like the thoughts have been mixed. It seems like thoughts have been mixed. Everything that I've read, people are either 100% in and they're like, I've literally seen people say this is the best VR game they've ever made, anybody's ever made. Best VR game ever, definitely game of the year for this year. And then I've seen the other side of the coin where people are kind of disappointed in what they've received for their $40 and all that kind of stuff. And Rizzle Rock, thank you. Saturday Morning VR Fever, thank you for that super chat.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, cheers. And I'm a little bit in the middle, I think. I fall a little bit in the middle of both sides of this, and we're definitely going to get into some of that. And we can go ahead and get into some of that right now if you want to just start right off the bat with some After the Fall. I'm
already seeing the comments, man, in chat. Kind of the same situation that we're seeing elsewhere online. After the Fall is fun, but shallow as a puddle. You know, you get people who are super into it, and then others who are just like, yeah, like, I like it, but I need more. And I'm right there with it a little bit. I guess my whole thing, and if you guys haven't played it, it is a great game. I highly recommend picking it up. Well worth the play. Definitely play with a friend or with somebody else online. It does. It does. I'd say if it's your game, a person that likes solo gameplay or maybe not. I'd say it's hit or miss. It could be. But it's a good place to make friends too. You know, they have lobbies where you can go in and talk to people, but it's...
saying that real quick, I want to mention about the lobbies because I feel like if you don't have a lot of VR friends, where the lobby falls short for me is that you can't hear anybody. And sometimes that can be nice, but there should be an option to turn proximity chat on at least so you can hear the people that are around you, because you go into this lobby and there's all these people, but you can't talk to any of them unless they're in your party. Is there something I'm missing there or what?
What about just like an unmute button maybe where you could, like, if somebody's waving to you or being friendly, you know what I mean? That they would actually, you could unmute them then, you know?
Well, I feel like there should just be proximity chat. Anybody close to you, you hear, and then if they annoy you, you mute them. Or you have the option of turning everybody off if that's what you want. That's something that would help out people getting into the game that don't have a lot of friends if you're just picking up a headset. But holy crap, the super chats are rolling in here real quick. Guys? Mash Daddy Cool, he said we need to get into After the Fall soon, guys. It would be a blast. Absolutely loving the game. And we do.
Yeah,
we saw them
in there.
We saw them in there before the game launched, but he was already with two other people, so we couldn't. It's only 4 players, so we couldn't all get together. I would have loved to do that, but we do need to do that, definitely. Tony Digital with a $25 super chat. He said, good morning to you guys. 2 weeks in a row. Man. There's been so much. Like last week was packed full. This week is pretty packed full as well with stuff that we want to get into. I mean, VR, obviously around the holidays, wintertime, I think the VR stuff really starts to pick up. But
it pops off.
And this, I mean, After the Fall from Vertigo Games, this is probably one of the most anticipated releases from a lot of people. I know it was my most anticipated release for a long time, so it's definitely something we want to talk about.
So how is that hype train? Still rolling? Did it stop at the first station and never leave?
What's going on? So for me, I can honestly say I am disappointed in the release that we got. Like, I feel I anticipated so much more. When I heard 4-player co-op campaign, I was thinking an actual legitimate campaign game. There's not so much of a campaign story driven. Like, I don't really see this as a campaign. I see this as like 5 levels of a better than a wave shooter, but essentially sort of a wave shooter that you play with friends. That's what I see it as. I don't see it as a campaign at this point. That has disappointed me a little bit because I really wanted that deep gameplay campaign, you know, mission, story driven. You got to find things and get them to places and multiple paths through the maps. You know, that's what I was really hoping for. I was really considering what I originally had in my head was more of a Saints and Sinners but in co-op. That was what I kind of envisioned. And maybe my hopes were a little bit too high for what they were planning.
I don't think they were though. I don't think they were too high because look where we're at with Arizona Sunshine, right? Their previous game.
And that was real early.
Why couldn't they just broaden that? Why couldn't they take that and just expand on it, you know? Immensely. Even that had less of a path-driven gameplay. You know, at least that you could go different routes, different ways.
There was more story in Arizona Sunshine, but
and there was more story. And I don't have to have the story if you give us enough content in a co-op realm or multiplayer atmosphere or open world. You don't have to have that much story, but there's just not enough of one or the other here. And I think that's where it kind of dies.
And so let me complain just a little bit more, but understand that I am enjoying the game and I'm having fun playing it with friends. So I do like the game, but I want to complain a little bit more about it before we get into some of the positive aspects. But mainly it's the story driven stuff. I mean, to me, there's, you know, you go into the maps, there's only a little bit of interactivity. You got a couple places, drawers and stuff to open. I've seen a couple doors that open on vehicles. Most of them don't. That kind of stuff bothers me a little bit. Right. And the 5 maps that you get, although the maps are slightly different, the gameplay is essentially the same. You shoot through hordes of zombies throughout the map. You get to the end and you have a boss fight. If you haven't played, maybe cover your ears, but the boss at the end of each 5 levels is essentially the same boss, a little bit different on the very last level. Same boss, though, a little bit different tactic to take him out in the very end level, and I won't say any more to spoil it, but I mean, I feel like they could have at least mixed up the bosses at the end to change that up. You know, it's basically a grinded out game where you just keep playing the same levels over and over to upgrade your guns, which I really like the upgrade system of the guns. I think that's really cool. And then you go towards harder difficulties where, you know, it's harder to complete those levels. But for $40, you know, the price of this game, I feel like it's like early access almost. The game plays good and everything, but it's like there's not a whole lot of core content there for $40. Well, but they are doing DLCs, and I'm very hopeful that the DLCs coming up are really going to add quite a bit to the game. But
we kind of know that they dropped some stuff too, right? Yeah, Melee. They were supposed to come to this.
Yeah, early trailers showed Melee combat, Melee weapons, Melee crafting. That none of that is in here yet.
Right.
They also had plans on doing the gun upgrade systems throughout the maps instead of just in the lobby. Which I don't know that could have changed the gameplay a little bit and maybe.
Yeah, that would help. That would help, sure. Because when you come to a boss, you know what I mean, before.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so this here was just me playing real quick by myself. It was like 4 bots. I just wanted to get some Quest footage because I hadn't recorded any Quest footage, only PC footage. But I mean, if you're playing on the Quest though, I feel like the Quest build looks pretty good. I mean, you do miss out on the flashlight, and that was one thing originally when I found that I was like, oh man, I feel like that flashlight really adds to the ambiance of the game and the levels, and I still feel that way. But once playing it for a little bit on the Quest, I totally forgot there's no flashlight. Everything's just brighter. Right. They just brightened everything up to make it easier to see.
Sure. But I think for me, I look at it a little bit like how Demio released, right? Where you're going to get these expansions and DLCs and more, you know, maps or boards in that case.
New one coming up soon for that one too.
Right. And I'm hopeful for that. I just hope it doesn't fall flat. And I feel like there is enough gameplay to keep me going because the difficulty levels are real. Yeah. I mean, they're serious. So you do have a lot of replayability trying to beat it, but
I mean, but I've played these maps a bunch of times now, and I'm getting a little bit sick of the same thing. And it's the fact of the same map and knowing what to expect. Although they do change where the zombies come from, like every time. So that does change, and that helps a little bit because they're always coming from a different area. I mean, it's a cool game. It looks really good, especially the PC build with all the lighting and the shadows and everything. The PC build I think really looks pretty good, and the Quest build looks good too. But I think this game has like massive amounts of potential, but I feel like they just like cut a bunch of stuff out and didn't give it their full 100% effort just to get the game out. I feel like this game is going to change though, and I feel like it could be a way better game a couple months down the road, and I really look forward to that. But
my guess is they probably had to draw the line because they wanted to release it on Quest 2. They probably got rid of a lot of it because of that reason, to have cross-compatibility.
Yeah, and also they wanted to have this game out around Christmas time, you know what I mean? So I think that they probably forced the issue a little bit and cut out some things just to make it easier to get it out. But Paradise Decay said the free DLC, so the next DLC, I know the next DLC is going to be free. I think there's going to be some paid stuff coming up down the road, but I know the next DLC is free, which I'm glad for that. And there's supposed to be 4 new maps and new weapons. So I'm hoping they bring some melee stuff back into it. Some new maps would be great. I really hope for some more story-driven, like actual campaign. Like this doesn't feel like a campaign to me playing it. I just don't get that campaign like feeling from this. I mean, but like I said, I'm still having a blast. I love the gun upgrade system where you go into that room, you put it on the stand, you actually take the parts off and put them on. I love that. I think that is awesome. I'm enjoying upgrading the guns. I just got so I'm using the AK right here. I just got the AR-15, so I need to get that upgraded. I got a couple upgrades on that, but that is one thing that definitely stands out to me is the upgrade system.
Yeah. Right. Chris makes the point that we echo all the time. Played the crap out of the single map for hours. Quality is better than quantity. And I would agree. Hands down, that's what gives me hope for this game, because I do love the quality and the content of what we have.
40 coats.
So it can only be, expanded on, but
yeah, but I mean,
cheers, 40.
The thing to me is that this game doesn't feel like a game that came out in 2020, late 2021. Like they didn't do anything new in this. There's nothing like new to VR in this. There's no climbing. There's a lot of things that VR does well with, and they didn't include any of that, and they didn't push any of the boundaries for anything new. Like this game essentially doesn't do anything new, I don't feel like, compared to what we've seen in other VR titles for years now. I mean, what did they do that's really setting the bar for, from a big studio like this and a big name game that's highly anticipated game? Like that's the thing that I'm like, what? Like, why didn't you do anything special? Like,
I think because a lot of it is based off Arizona Sunshine. I mean, I think a lot of this is pulled over, how they probably develop the maps and stuff. A little bit of maybe with the AI or something. I mean, that's been improved though.
And Butter something. He said they did tweet that there's a new game mode coming. I did see that. There is supposed to be new game modes, and I just hope that it's going to be, I just want some more depth to it, but I really like it, but I want the more depth. And
I like the reload mechanics from Arizona Sunshine. A lot of people that watched us play say, why don't you have it on, full manual reloads? I don't need full manual reloads in a game like this, where you have them constantly coming at you.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to have to think about my reloads or mess one up. I want to be able to on point headshot, do a quick reload on the chest, and keep going.
I actually like manual reloads in most shooter games, and I know you do too. And I actually set that up in this one at first, but I feel like their manual reload system though isn't the best. Like you slap that magazine and stuff in there, and it's like you can't get your hand far enough up in to get the magazine in. So that I couldn't get the feels down right for that, and that was the main reason I switched to the Arizona Sunshine style reloads. And I think it works good because
I do too.
You're in panic, so you need a quick reload, that you got all these zombies coming at you, but
and there's details in it that are good. The barrels get hot if you're rapid firing, which is awesome. Like when I saw that the first time, like, okay, like we're really, the details in this are good. When you walk into a world snow covered, it's all snow. Then by the time you're done, it's blood covered from everyone.
Yeah, that is true.
So there are some cool things that they are doing.
For sure. This, I mean, I definitely like the game. I mean, I am enjoying playing it. I mean, we were going to play
before the show.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully.
So it's not that I just want to bash it. I just think my hopes were a little bit too high of what to expect for this game. And I think that they played it safe, I feel like. I don't know. Sure. So Paradise Decay said this is not a campaign type of game. It's more about getting better weapons to progress, same as Left 4 Dead. And it is. I agree. But when I first read 4-player co-op campaign, that's what they advertised it as. I was expecting more of campaign gameplay. And like I said, maybe my hopes were too high.
My hope was that it was going to be like a turned down version of The Division. I mean, from what we've seen,
that's
what it feels like in game. I still feel like I'm playing The Division in VR, basically, with the hub, with everything in there, and the gloom and like darkness of the apocalypse kind of deal. It feels great. I just want to be able to, like in the lobby, walk through the gates with people, like to go in.
Why you have all them gates with those maps and you can't even walk through them with people? You got to go to the arcade cabinet, which hopefully that's something coming. Yeah, I don't know. And
I
I
mean,
mean,
to be
like,
able to like get into like a train or a subway train with 4 people, that were in your group and get in there and the door's
yeah.
shut and then go into loading. Like,
Yeah.
there's some
And
things I
even
just
starting
wish
this
we
game
had.
out,
That's all.
even starting this game out, I had the feels that it was going to be more campaign driven because when you first started out, you get that footage of, you got a couple zombies, then your buddy comes and plows them over with the snow plow thing and you jump in there. And,
Right.
so if they could have kept rolling on some of that, I think
And
that,
for how long they've worked on this. It's
yeah.
been what, two and
I
a
mean, it got
half
delayed
years
quite
or
a bit. It was
so?
supposed to be
Yeah.
out last year, I
3
think, but
years.
yeah, I don't know. But I mean,
Understand.
what is everybody else saying about it?
I know. I was just looking. I did a poll and said, "Are you guys loving After the Fall?" 38 said yes, 6% said
Yeah.
no, and 44 said haven't bought it yet. I think if you like shooters or you like to play with friends, you should pick it up.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
so,
mean,
but
I mean, I think it is a little
great
overpriced for what it is right now. Hopefully,
It
once
is.
some of them free DLC comes out, that'll be a better price point. But like VR Sprag guy said, the game looks really good on PC. I agree. I love the lighting and effects and stuff on PC.
yeah,
Paul P. Jr. said there are so many Quest people in lobbies now, and yeah, there's a lot,
Sure.
a lot of them for sure.
I wonder
So
what the max is on a lobby. How many people?
I don't know.
Heard that. Yeah. Yep. But
Yeah.
I mean, we won't stick on this too long, but I mean, we do really love it. I mean, it's a great game. We'll get back into it this weekend. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. We want to play it, but we kind of thought we'd have more content to play through the holidays. And that's what chaps me a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And if you haven't played the PvP, I just saw Butter something said, I will say I hope this new mode is a PvPvE mode that has the rule set of hardest mode and allows you to go through all the maps. Thoughts on that? And that could be pretty cool. I mean, I think there's so many options with this game, and there's so many cool things that they can still do with it that I still have my hopes high for the future of it. And like I said, I still love it. I'm still having a fun time playing it. I'm going to continue playing it, but I do have some gripes about it. I mean, we're not the kind of people that a new game comes out and we're just gushing over it nonstop, unless it's really that good. You know what I mean? Like Half-Life Alyx, I feel like we still probably had some negative things to say, but that, to me, that was a game that just like, I loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I try to be honest with everybody so that they can make their decision of if this is something they want to buy and not want to buy. And honestly, if you're on the fence, I recommend just buying it, trying it out. And if you don't like it, return it. Yeah, you have that option. It's very easy to do. So if you're on the fence, at least try it out and then get your own feels for it, because everybody's opinion is different. And I know there are a large amount of people that are just think this game is the greatest thing that ever happened to VR, and it is good, but I don't know that it's the greatest thing that ever happened to VR. Just my opinion, though. Everybody has their own opinion.
It could be.
It could be, yeah, and it may end up
still
being.
can be.
It may end up being. I still have hopes that it may end up being with some DLC and stuff. That is something that I am so much looking forward to.
Yep. Fluke saying exactly what we said. His main gripe is the lack of variety. And yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like it's kind of just rinse and repeat. I
don't understand why the bosses don't change.
But
give me different bosses at least. Like, what? Like, that's just, I don't know. That's weird to me, but
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, try it out and let us know in the comments if you're watching this show afterwards. I would love to know your thoughts. Like, if you are one of the people that are hands down, this is the best thing that's ever happened to VR, I would like to know the reasons behind that. Like, what are your thoughts behind that? Because, I mean, I do think if this is a game that you just got into VR and you pick this game up and you start playing it, you are going to be blown away. Absolutely. No doubt about that in my mind. But for those of us that have been playing VR for a long time and we expected, some groundbreaking things a little bit more in this game, different things. Like, I mean, even the Juggernaut, I love when he picks you up in the beginning. I mean, it does happen in the gameplay too, but even that, to me, that was cool. I was like, oh, this is a cool feeling, you know what I mean? But so they did some cool stuff, and I like the game. So I think
we're all just waiting on the next Half-Life Alyx. Like, what game is going to compete with that, truthfully? Like, if you've ever played PC stuff, and I know Quest people, you don't get that chance to play stuff like that. But so this, I mean, for Quest 2, is this one of the best games? Multiplayer? Maybe. I don't know.
It's fun.
Fancy, right?
It is fun to play with friends. I mean, if this was a single
Saints and Sinners, like, there's a lot of things that still.
Oh, I mean, if Saints and Sinners got a co-op mode and like a multiplayer co-op mode, that would that would be like way up here on the list above After the Fall at this point right now. To me, I think that Saints and Sinners is probably still one of the best zombie games I think you can play. I think they did a really good job with that.
Yep.
But I don't know.
All right, let's keep it moving. We don't want to bury you guys with that if you're not into that kind of game. But
so
it's great.
Real quick, Butter Something makes a good point. He says, yes, this is Quest 2 Game of the Year material, but nowhere close to PC VR Game of the Year. And for Game of the Year things, there hasn't been a ton of groundbreaking VR games that launched this year. There really hasn't. A lot of things got pushed back, and there hasn't been, there hasn't been anything that really is like super awesome. But we did get Demio this year, right? I think Demio was this year. Yeah, and that's a good game. And speaking of Demio, since we brought that up, I wanted to drop this Demio code. This is from Resolution Games. They actually contacted us and said they wanted to be part of some of the holiday stuff, giveaway stuff we're doing. So they sent us a bunch of codes to give away. Some of them will be given away on our Discord. If you're not on our Discord, we're doing a 25 days of Christmas. So for all 25 days, we're giving away a game on our Discord. We haven't posted one yet today. That'll be after the show. So Steam games, Oculus games, all kinds of stuff. So
there were some other people posting codes in there too.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's crazy. Like everybody's getting in on it on our Discord. People give away codes all the time. It's so cool.
Yeah, I know. It is.
Yeah. So let's see here. I did want to mention, so I thought this was really cool. I am a UFC fan. You know, we've had Matt Serra on the show before. And the other day, somebody posted this in our Discord. And this is Ronda Rousey playing Vader Immortal on her Quest 2. She was doing a live stream. And I was like, oh, man, this is awesome. Like, I had no idea she played VR.
Which it was for charity or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Which it's awesome. And what I kind of noticed is you can tell she's not her first time in VR.
Yeah,
I mean, she moves through here pretty seamlessly. So that or she plays a lot of games, one or the other. But yeah, it's awesome to see, and it's cool to see kind of the, I don't know, comment, like everyone's picking up Quest. I mean, I see it on TV commercials now everywhere.
And not Target even Oculus commercials. I've seen Quest 2 on commercials. Like there's a Walmart commercial, I think, that it shows up on. There's like all kinds of stuff. So it's like, man, this is pretty exciting. I mean, and Quest 2 is a great headset, and I think there's going to be a lot of people getting them for Christmas and everything else. I mean, I think
I know
it's cool.
Yeah, main fan. Yeah, you'd like to watch this then. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good fights coming up tonight. I don't know if I can stay up that late tonight because we actually having a Christmas party and stuff at our house tomorrow. We got a bunch of stuff going on tomorrow. I don't know if I can stay up late enough for those fights tonight, but I'll definitely be catching them on a rerun afterwards if I don't. But man, there's some good fights tonight.
Can't handle free locomotion. Yeah, a lot of people can't handle free locomotion sometimes. I mean,
my wife's been playing VR for a while, and she still can't handle free locomotion, but she doesn't ever really try. I mean, we play a lot of Fit XR. She plays some Beat Sabers. She likes the puzzle games, like the Down the Rabbit Hole and the Room and all that kind of stuff. But
yep. I know. Yeah, you get it. Everyone gets there eventually. I mean, it's like boat sickness. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Artful said nothing from Stan at Lynx for a few months, getting a tad worried. There's nothing to be worried about.
For what?
It's just they're in the getting it out there now phase.
Oh, for Lynx, R1?
Yeah, for Lynx.
I do know that he told me the guy, Stan, he said that they have some big announcements coming up at the beginning of the year. So I think you probably won't hear much throughout the end of this year, but the start of next year, I know they have some really big stuff they said that they want to announce, and they're going to let us know and all that. I don't know what it is yet, but yeah.
You're not, there's a lot of, Yaw said the same thing. They're not going to have a bunch of updates and stuff over the holidays and stuff until after the first of the year. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes for the holidays, but.
Gary, Immerse Robot, said, is every UFC pay-per-view in the U.S. that costs a fortune over here in the U.K., it seems. So not all of them are pay-per-view, but usually like tonight's, like the big name fights, those are usually always pay-per-view. They do some free stuff as well, but yeah, they're like $60-$70. They're not cheap, so I used to watch them all the time. I don't watch them as much now because I can't stay up that late and I don't want to spend the money, but yeah. I mean,
big screen.
Yeah, that's what we did last time. Me and Mame Fan and Wolf Raza, and I think Philo was in there, and a bunch of people. It was really cool. So yeah. So
talk about some headset action. That charging stand.
Oh, sure.
I'm just loving what Bobo's dropping. Right?
Yeah, and they just told me they have another new product coming out here soon, and I don't know what it is. But ever since the BoboVR M2 Pro, the head strap. I mean, I've been so impressed with that, and then they came out with their charging station, which I have sitting right here. I just put out a video last night on it if you want to check that out. But it's pretty cool because it's made to work with the BoboVR M2 Pro and the battery. There's a spot that charges the battery as well, as you can see there, which is pretty cool. So there's should be a link for that in the description. But yeah, they're coming out with some really cool products. I've been really impressed with it.
I will say, I'm loving this setup because I have some serious issues with like neck problems and stuff with headsets now and cables. This is great. I've had zero problems running this head strap.
With the weight distribution and stuff of this.
Feels balanced. Yeah. I did, we had some ask for different headphones, and it seems like you can use about any headphones on this. So if you've got, you know, some of the VR ears, you're using the engineered AF headphones, which, you know, work great on there. The Bionic Mantis should work on it as well.
I haven't tried that myself, but I saw somebody said that the Bionic Mantis will go on. You just kind of have to force them. Same way you do with the official Elite strap, that you kind of had to stretch them on there and felt like you're about to break them, but
man, I'm loving it. I really love it. It's great.
Paradise Decay said you stole HTC's spinny table, and I did.
Right.
But that's all they did was just sit there and let it spin. So at least I got some other action going on too, other than just making people dizzy. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they come out with next. And they told me too with this that part of their design was to keep it, you know, small, compact, and they compared it to one of the Apple charging docks or something with Apple. I can't remember in the picture now. That was kind of their inspiration, just the clean lines, the compact, you know, nothing over bulky. And I was like, I can appreciate that because I don't have that much space on a lot of my shelves now. I got too much stuff.
Chris Richardson echoes the one thing that I love about all this. He said, what's the price of all those extras? You know, because everyone says by the time you add on everything, I think you could probably you could buy the head strap with the battery and the charging stand for less than the Elite strap almost, or exactly the same.
So the head strap with one battery is $59 and the charge dock is $39. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit cheaper. I think the Elite strap without the case now is $109. The Elite battery strap without the case $109, I think. So yeah.
$120? I think it's not much less.
Yeah, it's not, but it's still less. Is it $119? I couldn't remember.
I think it's $119 if I remember right. Yeah. But that's what I mean. It's cheaper and it gives you more flexibility. You can hot swap batteries. You can buy a second battery. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's a great setup.
I've been liking it. And I was a big proponent of the Elite battery strap for a long time.
Me too.
I wouldn't swap that out. I mean, I tried other ones, but I always went back to the Elite battery strap from Oculus. And this has caused me not to go back yet. So
I know, me too. I haven't switched off yet. So yeah, highly recommend. Can't recommend it enough. But
did you see the Halo's coming out with a TV series?
Yes.
Are you hyped about this? You're a big Halo guy. You got me into Halo back in the day.
I know, but they talked about doing a series a long time ago too, and it never really panned out. I mean, they did some specials or something then, and that was like it.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, not much
I think this actually looks like a real show though, so I am kind of amped about it. We need some more game stuff in TV,
I agree, especially these big industries like this, big name stuff. So. They don't. I don't know when. All I know is 2022. It's supposed to be out, and it's gonna be on Paramount Plus. So I don't even know if I have Paramount Plus, but
I don't either. But maybe I'm gonna have to now. Might give me the one reason to jump on it.
That's what I was thinking. It looks good. I'm pretty excited about it. If you are a fan of Contractors, and you know we are, and I know a lot of people in here are. If you're playing on the Quest, a little secret that I don't think many know about yet. You know, we've been talking about mod maps coming to the Quest for a long time. Well, now they're doing beta testing for the mod maps, and it's open to anybody. So I recorded a little video on my phone to try to show you how to do this, because you can hop in and out of this beta anytime you want. So if you have the game, go on your app, go to My Library, and then find the game Contractors, click on it, and then scroll all the way down to where you see the version of the game. So right here shows version 3.1. You click on that, and then up in the corner, there's a drop down, and you can go to the mod preview. So that is how you get to try the mod maps. And I've went in, there's only I think there's 5 mod maps right now. So it's not all of the mod maps that are available on PCVR, and I don't know what their future plans are, but it is pretty awesome. It's very exciting. I can't wait for this. If you do this,
I was just gonna say, you may have to restart your headset too.
Yeah, a lot of times you got to restart your headset, and then don't forget to go back to the live build, because on the preview builds, there's never going to be the amount of players on there. So even like when I went in this morning, there was nobody on the multiplayer under the beta build. So you got to make sure, if you have friends going in, people are going to be on to play with. I just played like a single player little thing, and I'll show you here. This is doing the mod stuff, and they also have the mic always on option, like real easy now in the one in the side there. But
it's coming.
Yeah, so Butter something said, will this be open to anyone who makes a map or just certain map makers? It'll probably be open to anyone at some point for the quest, but I'm sure they still have to go through some kind of approval process to make sure it's worth putting on there, make sure it runs okay and it's not, so I don't know what that will look like exactly, but there's some pretty cool maps on there right now. They have Rust, which is a Call of Duty map. And right now it seems like smaller maps, not real big scale maps on the Quest mod thing. And I don't know if the mod maps will have crossplay between Quest and PCVR. I'm not sure about that yet. But if you want to jump in there and have a look at some of the mod maps, and if you're a mod map maker, somebody that can do that, and you got some skills, definitely I would recommend I can get you into contact with some people at that do the contractor stuff if you want to try to get approved or whatever to get on there. But
I don't have the time. I would, man. I'd love to now because it's so good. This game is this is bread and butter for a shooter. I saw Liberty said just grabbed it the other day. Haven't played much. Got to get in there.
I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Ringing headshots, man. Oh, here's
some people that can get into. We got a Steam code right now. I'll leave that. Oh, my centering was. I don't know what happened to my centering there. Don't worry about that. Don't pay attention. But after, I'll leave those up for a couple seconds, and we have an Oculus one as well that I'll pop up there. So get ready. One of our favorite shooters, to me, the best shooter ever. And my skills don't look very good right now. I don't have my gun stock on. I didn't put it on this morning. I just wanted to check out some mod maps. I wasn't even playing multiplayer. You know what I mean? So don't worry about my headshots being a little bit off. You know what I mean? I'm sometimes better than that. Now, not always, but sometimes. When I play a lot, I'm pretty good. But
VR Spry guy said, none of the contractor stuff must play after the fall. Don't make me want to get back into contractors.
Dude, that's hard right now,
too. We always fall back into contractors. Yeah. Like, if we have time over the holidays, I'm sure we'll be in it. I mean,
they got ninja mode now too with the bow and arrow and stuff.
Right.
Ninja mode's in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So definitely check out the mod maps, and remember the mod map stuff is beta. So you might run into some issues. You might have some crashes. I didn't when I tried this, but I hadn't played it much yet. And if we get some time, we'll set up a thing on the Discord that maybe we can all jump into some of the mod maps on Quest and play together and test them out because it's cool. And they downloaded real quick. If you did mods back in the day on the PC build, sometimes those mod maps would take a while to download. These were like almost, I mean, it was like seconds. It was like 10 seconds the mod map was downloaded. But I do have good internet too. But all right, let me pop up this other one.
Liberty just said,
the more people, the better.
Liberty said, what gun stock do you recommend? I am actually, because you gave me crap for it, I still like my red Mammut, but I'm actually assembling my stealth one right now.
Yeah.
So
that's what I run mainly is the Mammut gun stock. I do have a Pro Tube, and I'm interested in picking up some of their haptic feedback stuff that they've been. I'm curious about trying some of that. And I also have the Deadeye VR company that makes the
the shorty one.
Well, that makes the golf putter, the golf club. That I really like that for things like walkabout. But they're actually making a full gun stock as well and doing some stuff with some short gun stock. They did send me one. And I've been testing that out a little bit. I got to get some playtime in with it and stuff. But that. If I like that may be a cheaper option for people that are trying to save a little bit of money. I think that one's closer to like $100. But last I checked, the Mammut stuff was in stock. They're having some problems keeping stock, just with manufacturing and all the crazy stuff going on in the world. But they did change to where when you order, you tell them what headset you have, and I think it's a little bit cheaper than it was, but they don't send you the cups for everything for all of the headsets right now how they used to. So just be aware of that. But yeah, I love my Mammut. Nice. Mammut's one of my favorite gun stocks. It's just so much adjustability, and you can get it.
It's versatile.
There's so many ways you can set that thing up, and so many micro adjustments. I mean, you can do controllers one top, one bottom. Like there's so many things.
You can do a shorty gun stock if you want to. No stock on it, like no butt stock. I mean,
who got the codes?
All kinds of stuff.
Anybody say who got the codes? That was 2 contractors codes. Who got them?
Yep.
I need to know who I got to play with here coming up.
I don't have the fingers for it, but we are giving stuff away too on our Discord. So
make sure
you can't type them in fast enough. Yeah. Yep. Just go over to the Discord. What? Oh, a headset.
Brand new. Look, you see how shiny it is? That's because the plastic's still on it. Brand new Quest 2 headset, 128 gigabyte. Get your metaverse on. I'm just kidding. Not really
at least it doesn't have the new school Meta logos on it.
Yeah, not yet. This could be worth money.
That's
one
OG.
Day.
That's
I was just thinking. What I saw sitting here?
What?
We should stick this on.
Oh gosh. Just stick it on.
It's just on the plastic. If somebody gets
put it over the Oculus, it'll be.
It's a rendered reality Quest 2 edition.
I know, right?
So
Exactly.
somebody's gonna win this thing.
We got better stickers too. We could sticker the crap out of that thing, man. No, don't put it over it. That's not nice.
Over here?
Doesn't matter. We got cool stickers too we could put on it.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stickers. Boom! That makes it worth at least $298
Here we go.
Instead of $299. That's a pretty good deal.
Right.
Sign up for that. There should be a link in the description. We love giving some stuff away, but
we do. We really do. The headset, man, it's so awesome. I can't wait for somebody to get it.
I know. It's really, I wish we could give more of them away, but it's just a lot of fun.
Lucky Palmer endorsed Quest 2. Yeah, right.
Too bad I don't hang out with him anymore. I get him to sign it, but I haven't seen him in a long time.
It's all right. Yeah. We'll soon, hopefully. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Not Among Us. Oh, here we go.
What? Is the world going to go crazy over Among Us in VR, or is it too late and nobody's into this game anymore? Please tell me in the comments.
I don't think it...
VR Spry Guy said, I have one of those RR stickers on my PC. He does, too. Right? I sent him. A couple people have these stickers. A lot of times I'll throw them in the package when I ship stuff.
So jealous. He got to go to the Retro Computer Museum. Oh, so jealous still.
VR Spry Guy did?
No. Fluke did.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. I don't know, man. Among Us, I'm kind of excited-ish. It might be too late, but I still think it's cool. I mean, I like the concept of the game and everything, so it could be a lot of fun. I mean, it really could.
Paul P. Jr. said, I can't give that headset as a gift now because they would be like, what is RR? You can just peel the plastic off before you give it to him. It'll be all right.
That's true, yeah.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, so we've seen, I mean, I've never played Among Us in VR. There has been versions of it, I think, in VR chat and maybe Rec Room, if I'm correct. Right. I haven't tried those, and I don't even have much experience with Among Us. I've played the cell phone version a little bit with my wife, and I feel like the concept of Among Us works well with VR. Like, I feel like that would be a fun way to play that game rather than playing it on a screen. Is this going to be a headset seller? Like, is this going to be one of those games that comes out and people are like, oh my goodness, I got to buy a Quest 2 because I want to play Among Us? What do you think?
I mean, any game that people are that big of a fan of, sure, it probably would be. You know, if you're a super fan of Among Us, you play it constantly, then yeah, it might be. But other than that, I don't think people are going to see this and go, oh, I've always dreamt of that. I don't think it's really like that. But yeah, I mean, you never know. I think it's a cool game.
Shell games.
Exactly, right.
That's what stands out to me, is that it's like a legitimate company. You know, they what's the game? I'm trying to think of the swordplay game that they have, and I was about to say After the Fall, and it's not that. I can't think. Somebody will say it, but they are a legitimate, you know, VR studio that are going to be, you know, it's a combination of a couple people that are putting this together.
And I know the game isn't as popular as maybe it was, but I still think it brings people back into it that liked it in itself. So yeah, I think it'll be the definite big game.
Yeah, so it's the main, like, it's Innersloth. I think those are the main people that made Among Us, right? Innersloth, Robot Teddy, and Shell Games.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy. You know what I mean? You get people that love it, or like cult games and stuff.
People were going crazy over that game in VR before it came out. Until you fall. That's why I was thinking After the Fall. I was like, I know that's not right, but I know it's similar still in the name. Yeah, Until You Fall. Yeah, he was the first one.
Still saying it.
Yeah, so I think that this, I mean, anytime it's a big name game coming to VR, I think it has potential to sell headsets, a potential for people to be excited. This is one I'm definitely going to play. Like, I am definitely going to play this with my wife, with probably her nephew, with, you know, and whoever else wants to jump in. Like, this game has me excited for that fact, playing with my wife and her nephew and stuff, and those experiences and memories. I think this has some pretty big potential. I think it would have been nice if they would have launched this closer to the major hype around this game. And I don't know how long ago that was now, last year or something, maybe before that, but I still think it's good. I mean, I still think a lot of people are going to be excited.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll definitely play it. I mean, I love the concept of it. Never played it myself, just because I typically play VR now. So it's kind of like a whodunit puzzler, if I'm not mistaken, right? I mean, kind of like a Clue-ish
Well, you all have the main goal, and then you have like a bad guy that's trying to mess everything up.
As a person.
Yeah, so you got to complete these tasks, and he's trying to sabotage you and take you out and stuff, and you got to figure out who that person is. And like I said, I've only played it a couple times on the phone, so I don't know a ton about it. I'm not like a professional, but I think it will be pretty fun, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they do certain things, how they implement certain things.
Sure.
While being in VR to do this game, I think that'll be, if they can pull some of those things off really well, I think it's going to be very interesting. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so main fan said never played Among Us. Chris 9989 said Among Us in VR chat is actually way more fun than I expected. So I might have to check that version out, but hopefully this is going to be even better than what you'll see in VR chat or anything like that. I'm hoping.
Right.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's official, so yeah, it should be pretty good. Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, we'll see.
I think it's going to be
Man,
good.
there's a lot. I can't wait for there's so much stuff coming at the first of the year. I feel like it's better than Christmas for some reason. I don't know why, but Cyberpunk, Lynx.
Chris 9989 said Among Us didn't interest me in 2D, so I didn't play it. But in VR with voice chat, it's fantastic. So yeah, I think it'll be. I think it's got potential. Things got potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yep.
I did want to mention, so these people reached out to us, and smaller studio, and they were asking to get a little bit of exposure for their upcoming Kickstarter and their game, which, you know, we like to do that. We don't like to just talk about only the huge name games. We like to help some of the smaller studios as well. This is called The Patcher, and this is from Pixelity Games. Their Kickstarter is now live, and they're pretty close to their goal, actually. Their goal is $10,000, and they're at $7,671 with 85 backers and 12 days to go. So I looked into them a little bit, and because I like to know that they have some kind of clout when it comes to making a game. If they've made anything before, you know, you're running a Kickstarter, so it's already a little bit like, do I want to back it? Do I not? We don't know for sure. They did make a game called Crazy World VR, and that is on App Lab right now. And I haven't played it, but I was looking at the ratings, and it actually has really good ratings. I think it was like a 4.8 or something like that. So it's not their first game. They've made some other stuff, and the trailer and stuff here looks pretty good. So, I mean, it's definitely something to look into if you want to try to help them out and get them to their Kickstarter goal.
I feel like Kickstarters, if you like the style of game they're promoting, you can't judge everything, you know, from this even images too, because it's very early. I mean, it's just proof of concept kind of. So it does look cool. I like the mix of guns and weapons and stuff like that. I think look awesome.
Graphically.
The world design. Yeah, exactly.
So this was, it is a VR multiplayer action shooting RPG is what they're calling it. It was featured on Steam's Next Fest in 2021. And there is an updated demo version, I'm guessing, on Steam. I haven't played that yet, but yeah.
I do. It does actually look good. I mean,
the trailer looks good. It really does.
And we're seeing looks like some multiplayer type stuff, you know, that aren't AI. So that's really cool. The maps, it looks like they're trying to do some actual maps for multiplayer. It seems like I'm just, you know, guessing, but does Sorrento on a cause I mentioned? Yeah, a little bit with the sword action and stuff. Yeah, sure. But it does look really cool for proof of concept for a Kickstarter. Yeah. So better than what we've seen from some companies going to Kickstarter too. So
a little bit of background. I'll just read what the background of the game. They're saying Neo JS City was one of the most beautiful city, and there was a reason for it. The upper classes wanted to get rid of anything they saw as dirty and trivial. That's why they decided to move all the unpleasant facilities like the sewage treatment plant and the prison underground. Meanwhile, some people illegally and secretly settled in these underground facilities. Their habitation was called the Patch Build, and they called themselves the Patchers. But the environment around the Patch Build was severe and more severe than they expected. Survival became harder as the time went by. This caused the rupture in the community. Some said pioneering a new land for a better future was the right way to go. Others wanted to stick to the existing land and refine what they already had. That gives you a little bit of background on the game, but pretty neat. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Check out their Kickstarter page. We probably didn't put the link in the description. We can add that afterwards, but
yep, I'll make sure it's in there. Yeah, and I think Freeland's on Kickstarter too, which I think they've passed their goal and stuff
already.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, I think they were at 20,000, but yeah. I mean, Kickstarter's a great place for places like that, as long as they can give you something like, you know, that video that shows real proof. So we've seen some good stuff go through Kickstarter, and at the same time, we've seen some stuff flop. So it is always a gamble a little bit, but
I mean, I have personally backed some Kickstarter games that I never heard anything else about. Like it never came out, never heard anything else about it.
Or Kickstarters we waited 2 years on.
Yeah. And then we're slightly disappointed.
Right.
You may know what we're talking about. But yeah, but I mean, So whenever we talk about Kickstarter stuff like that, we're not like recommending the game to you because we haven't played it. We don't know. We're just kind of bringing some awareness to it. That's on you if you decide to back it or not. Don't come to us if it doesn't work out. But
you can come to us.
But at least I know it's a legitimate company. I know they've done some other things. I've talked to them in the past a little bit, so I know they have a passion for VR, and they're very passionate about making some VR games. So I know that for sure. Another one I wanted to talk about is Runner. We've talked a little bit about this game. This is like an 80s inspired, like anime style Japanese, game that's coming to PSVR 2. I said PSVR 1 in our like VR Espresso, the short news thing, and they said, well, it's actually PSVR 2, and I was like, oh crap. I said, can you let me borrow that PSVR 2 headset you've been developing on? So PSVR 2, PCVR, and Quest. So this is coming to Quest as well. No release date as far as a specific date, but 2022 is what they're saying.
I love the look of this game.
It looks really good. Like I love the idea of it. And the graphics and the style, the art style and stuff of the game, I think it looks really good.
So good,
Single player, but action shooter where you're on your motorcycle. There's all these things going on around you and shooting. There's looks like some boss fight style stuff like that right there that goes on. Yeah. So I think that, this is something I think a little bit different than what we've seen in VR. So I'm excited to play.
I like the pace of it too, because it's fast paced, kind of that, Z-Race speedish kind of feel, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which I think works really well in VR. I think a lot of companies are afraid to do that. They're afraid to push the speed and the fastness of it. So for me, being a VR vet, love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to feel the speed. Like I want it to feel kind of fast, and the explosion stuff will look really cool. I don't know if I said this already, but it is from Truant Pixel. They're the same people that did the 2MD football game. So legitimate studio. So I got some faith in them. So like I said, 2022. That's all we know at this point. But I think it looks pretty good.
Ooh, yeah. I'd love to try that on an actual motorcycle.
Like one of the video game ones where you actually like turn like that.
That lean and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Actually.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
I'm down for that. So there was, if you're a Blaston fan, there was a pretty big update this week called the Arctic Blast. New arena, new character, new gun, and also they have a new mode where it's like a random loadout where you get a completely random loadout, but it's the exact same for you and your opponent. So it's really comes down to like who's got the better skills instead of a couple guns going on at the same time. And we have an Oculus code for it, so if you don't have it yet, here's a chance to play the game. Pretty cool. But this is from Resolution Games, so they did send us that code to give away. So I mean, I did play a little bit of the update, and it was. I think the game visually is really cool. I love the colors and stuff, and it's kind of a workout in a sense because you're not standing there shooting. Like if you haven't played this before, it's basically a 1v1 duel, and you are moving all around. Like you have an area that you can move in, like basically that base there, and you are ducking, dodging, swerving, all kinds of stuff to avoid getting hit by the opponent. So it's pretty cool. And part of this update is something that they did that was kind of cool that I was really interested in trying this out. You can do a pass-through environment now. So you can be in the arena, but the whole environment is actually your real physical space, which you can kind of see it here. And it does put like a colored outline around everything. And it was pretty neat to try. It's not something that like I think is like mind-blowing right now, but I think all these games are getting ready for the future of full color, high quality pass-through. And that's what I think is going to be really cool once we have that.
Which I think this is one of the best implementations with the headset now. I mean, just a casual pass-through that feels fitting for the game. I actually think this is probably one of the best done so far myself.
Yeah.
Without full color pass-through.
Right. You can only do so much. You can only do so much right now with the pass-through that we have on the Quest 2. But to me, this is like the future stuff, thinking, to me, this is having a 1v1 duel in your living room instead of having a 1v1 duel in some other world where you're transported somewhere else. So it's kind of cool that, if me and you were playing this, it's like me and you are playing this together in my living room and I see you in my living room. Like that's pretty cool, or my VR room or whatever. I think that's where this kind of stuff excites me. It's not but so exciting right now because the pass-through isn't good enough, but the future is going to be cool.
Yeah, I agree. No, I can't wait. That's why I can't wait on the links. Like that's all I can think about, man.
Who got that code?
That's all I can think about. Oh, it's so good.
I got so much stuff in here. It takes me a while to.
I saw somebody else made a comment about the whole darts Where was it? Let me scroll.
We can get into a little bit of that. I think the NDA is up now, right? Hopefully, somebody tell me NDA up. I don't know. I don't have any footage to show you, but I can talk about it a little bit. But this is Hand Physics Lab. They're also working on some pass-through stuff that's going to be coming in a future update, which I think could be pretty cool for Hand Physics Lab too. Except for I might pick up that coffee cup that I see on the table and drink the wrong one. Or pick up the real one and smash it on accident thinking it was a fake one. That could be dangerous. I don't know. They better put some warnings in there or something.
I have literally done that before in Poker Stars.
I remember that.
Stars.
Yeah.
I literally had a bottle of something sitting on my coffee table, and I had a VR bottle on the table, and I went and grab the VR one instead of the real one and knocked it over. It was a disaster. Yeah.
I do remember that. That was awesome.
You forget where real and fake, borders are. It's tough. But I love it.
Yep, pretty much. Let me see. We got a couple other codes to give away. This is.
Wait. Okay. Go ahead. You can do that one. You can do that one. We'll get to it. I saw the Lincoln Clay, my boy.
Oh, you want to see this code?
Can we just throw it up there, man? I need it.
This has sound. So, little backstory here. Is Lincoln Clay in chat? Is he in here? Little backstory. I was at work and I was just on YouTube and I saw Lincoln Clay was streaming some sim racing, which they do often. Him and Ham and J-Dub and all them people, they big into the sim racing. It's really cool. We just got a new wheel and pedal set up, and I hopped in there and I said something in chat, and he was racing and he happened to look down and he could see chat in his headset, and he was about to say hi to us. It makes me laugh every time I watch it, and I was like, I gotta pull that clip.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I love it. I love the clip. I don't know why.
I know, it's so bad. I'm always watching his stuff whenever he's on, because he does well at talking too when he's racing, and that's such a hard thing for me to even do.
Yeah,
I feel like I concentrate so much, and right there, that's why.
Yeah,
because the second
little
you take
distraction,
your eyes off, man, that's it. It's over. Yeah.
Messes you up completely.
Don't take your eyes off the road. Exactly. It's so hard. But
Yep.
I feel the struggle.
But
he's been using that new Fanatec too.
Yeah, that thing looks
so jealous. So jealous though.
Yeah, I want one, but I don't want to spend the money. So a couple other quick games we're going to talk about real quick. Z-Race just launched on Steam.
Yep.
They've had a demo and stuff out. There is a demo for this game on App Lab as well. And this is a pretty unique game in the fact that you're racing, but the car is on your hand. And that sounds terrible to me until I tried it. And I actually like it. I've played this game a decent amount on the Oculus build and Steam. Not a ton, but I'm waiting for the true multiplayer. They have like where you race and you see your friends' scores, so like they pass you or they don't pass you or whatever, and there's a rendered reality car in there, so that's they get some extra little bonus points for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And exactly. But we do have a Steam code to give away. This did just come out on Steam, just launched fully on Steam, and so pick up that code and give it a try. I mean, it's actually a pretty cool game, and they are talking about doing a cockpit mode still. And when I first saw the trailers, I was like, I don't even want to play this unless it has a cockpit mode. But the way they did it, it actually is cool. It does give you a feeling of speed, and yeah. Okay, I got an update real quick because I asked a question I hadn't heard back yet. He said we made a new game with a cockpit view. The release will, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but release will be coming up next year. And all users who bought Z-Race will get a 50% discount for buying the new game. So I don't know what the new game is yet, so it sounds like they're not going to add the cockpit mode to this game. There'll be another version maybe of it. Sure. And a lot of the main reasons around some of the stuff they did was try to eliminate motion sickness. And I don't get motion sickness, so I don't know if they succeeded in that, but I believe they did from what I hear. But it's a pretty cool game.
What's motion sickness? I don't even know what that is.
I hear about it, but I have no idea.
Arfel said, what does Lincoln use? CSL DD? Yeah, he got the DD. Jealous.
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, the wheel. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, so check that out. That is on Steam, and there's also a demo on App Lab that you can try out. I think they're planning to get a full release on Quest if they can. But yeah. The other one, so some people have reached out to us and gave some codes away. I think they saw how many codes were given away for the Christmas stuff and everything else. This is another one from XR Games. This is Zombieland Headshot Fever. They sent us some codes to give away as well if you're into the zombie shooter game. And this is more of a focus on like the headshots. Like you got to double tap the headshots, and it's all focused on the time and stuff that you can get through these rounds. So you want to get through these rounds as fast as you can. And when we first saw this game, before I played it, I was like, meh. But actually,
Right.
it gets a little bit addictive because you want to beat your time constantly. You want to upgrade your guns. You want to get better guns that you can get through quicker. There's all these perks that you can do to help get through the game faster. So it actually is more fun than I originally thought it was going to be. And they have more zombie variety than After the Fall.
Stop.
Just saying.
I knew it.
Just saying.
I knew
It's
something
true
was coming
story.
out. I know.
True story.
I know.
So hopefully somebody got that first one. Is anybody saying when they get the codes, are they just lapping them up and they're not even telling us?
Somebody is.
Okay, here's the second one. So if you didn't get the first one, here's the second one. Or maybe you can have two. Get them both if you're that fast.
Second fastest.
Somehow.
Can get it.
I don't know.
That is, man. Some people are super fast. I'm not super fast at typing.
Are you super hot?
Super hot stuff?
It's funny. We gave away a super hot code on the Discord the other day,
right?
and then everybody was like
Isn't it
super in all caps, and then the next person was like hot, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
It's horrible. Once you get that sound in your head, oh my gosh, be great.
Good
Can we
stuff.
change our super chat notification to that? Will we get copyrighted for that? That'd be great.
I don't know. Probably not. We could probably do that. That sounds fun to me.
That'd be awesome. I just want to hear it constant in the background.
Be pretty good. Okay, now
I
I can't
know.
find this to
Skiva.
shut this one off.
Skiva, man. We need to play some After the Fall together too.
Oh yeah. I need everybody to add me on there. Like I only have
I know.
because the bad thing about that, it doesn't show your
out there.
I did. I posted it on our Discord, so I have more now. But like the last time I was on, I wanted to jump in to the Quest build, and I jumped on there, and I was like, I got all these friends and nobody's on. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I need some more. I need some more friends. My Quest or my After the Fall code is on the Discord. I'll have to post it again. Maybe I'll post it in like the announcements. Because it doesn't show you your like Oculus friends in there. It only shows you your After the Fall friends. So it's kind of annoying.
Friends. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have played before the show. Dang it.
Can we play after? Oh, let's talk about your basement. I got some more stuff to talk about real quick, but Tyler has finally... Uh-oh. Did I forget to put that in here? Oh, no, here it is. Tyler has finally started on his VR space in the basement. He's talked about it for so long.
I know. Do you know how long I dreamed about this? And the second I was going to pull the trigger, we had all the stuff with COVID happen and 1,000-foot boards for lumber shot up. So I kind of bailed on it. You know,
boards? Is that what you
well, that's what lumber's like based off of. Is,
I was like, you need some long boards.
No, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Probably total, yeah. But I feel like I literally had to bring down half a tree's worth of wood. It was a little ridiculous. But I finally bit the bullet because they were like $10 a board. I'm not going to buy them at that. They're like that, almost half that now. I got them priced down to. So I was kind of all in. So I finally got them delivered yesterday and got them down. So I am going to start my framing. I have determined my layout, which you can kind of see there. But my whole debacle is, what do I lay out for VR now, right?
Yeah.
So where do I need stuff? What stuff do I need to, rough in for? So where do I need outlets for sensors and stuff like that? And that was my original thought, right? Is wall sensors and running USBs places. But how much wired PC are we playing now? And are we in the future, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of my big debate is, what do I play a lot of stuff now with Quest, and if not, it's seated VR with my better headsets. So I don't know how much I really need to have. I've got my location set up for the yaw and everything, my VR space that I'm going to play in, the studio where I'm going to do my recording, and you can see in the one view, I'm trying to recreate the scene we're in right now. I'm trying to recreate
be a bar
that
scene. So you can see in the last picture, not at all what it's going to look like, just kind of, it's a recessed area that kind of back in there where the bar would be, which I think it would be pretty cool because then once I get back like to Ohio, like when we're there, when I'm actually physically there and we do a show, we can actually have an actual environment that looks like this behind us, which would be kind of cool. So
you got it. Yeah. So that's the end game goal. I just kind of want to figure out my little, like niches where I need things in the room. What do I need for pass-throughs from the studio to play out in the space? Cable access, what I need hooked up to the yaw, monitors for that. Yeah. So if you guys have any good ideas, I would really, really love to hear them. I will revisit this video if you guys leave some good comments and stuff, not in chat, but in the comments. Please leave me some good ideas that you guys have or you use in your spaces, because I need to know now when I start to frame it in where I need outlets, how much space. I do have a large space that's about 10 by 10 that I'm going to use. But I don't know. I don't know if I need much for cameras and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I need base stations.
I mean, base stations are easy though. All you need is an outlet. You don't need any USB for those. So those are pretty easy. So I mean, I don't know. It's going to be, Dave Becker said beer fridge is a must.
There will be a fridge down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have everything in it from coffee stuff to, adult beverages to stuff for anybody visiting.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, and
Coffee makers.
I'm told Tyler to record some footage of the process so we can hopefully put out a video and maybe some updates and stuff of what's going on. And then once it's all done, I'll go back there and we'll do a tour thing of it, and then to show everybody how it turned out and stuff. And I mean, I've been excited about this for a long time. So,
and I've got plans for TVs that I am going to have hooked in. So like with the yaw, I will have I'm hoping a very large TV, close that I can use while I'm sitting in the yaw, because I don't want a monitor mounted to it.
Yeah.
So things like that.
And other people can see then if you're in VR using the yaw and stuff like that. So.
Yep. So I think I've got it pretty much planned out, but it's those little things that I need for my VR stuff and computer access and studio stuff. I mean, for recording purposes too. So anything you've got, let me know. But yeah, sure. Yeah, man. I'm so excited to get it done, and I want you to come help too.
I might be able to.
I want your input too, because you've kind of got your space now dialed in a little better.
It always changes.
It does, right? Yeah. And that's the problem. I want to make it versatile. So I want things that I can move around and bounce around and change up. So yeah, we'll get there, but at a point.
So I just saw that Artful was asking about ForeVR Darts. So I don't know if the NDA is up. I think it is, because I think I've seen some people post some videos. So I think the NDA is up, and I can talk about it, but I don't have any footage to show you. But ForeVR Darts, it's still coming soon. I don't think it's released yet, but it is. It's pretty cool. This is all using hand tracking, so you're using hand tracking to throw the darts. I think you can actually use controllers too, and then there's like little balloons throughout this bar scene that you can pop. And I was in the beta, and I've given some feedback, some pretty good feedback to them that hopefully they'll listen to. First of all, is that this is going to be a separate game from ForeVR Bowl, which I thought that was a mistake. I thought it should be part of the same game as just a DLC, because I don't know if this is enough of a game to be a standalone game. It's just darts at this point, and it's cool, but it's like, it just feels more like add it into ForeVR Bowl, where you walk through a door and you go to play darts. That makes more sense to me. And I think it's like $11 for this game, which isn't bad. And I think this is a good implementation of hand tracking. They do a good job with the hand tracking, and it's, you're not using fast movements where it has to track your hands. This is a slow movement, and it's right in front of the headset. So I think they did a good job with that. I think it's fun, for friends to hang out in a bar scene area. I gave them some feedback for some more ideas of things that they could do and add into the game to add more to the game overall, make it a little bit more of a game. Hopefully they'll listen to some of that stuff, but it is fun, and it's a good implementation of hand tracking, I think.
My whole thing is I feel like it should have been lumped in. I feel like this could be a collection of games, maybe instead of individuals, group of pub games. Maybe some pool or something. You could really throw a bunch of cool things in.
Keep it a little world of things you can do instead of a bunch of individual games. Even if it's paid DLCs, I'm okay with that.
I mean, Sports Scramble, look how many things you have inside of Sports Scramble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, my thought for this is, give us beer pong. Give us shuffleboard. Is that the slidey thing?
Skee ball.
No. The bar one where there's like a long wood table and you got a little sand on
shuffleboard.
it. Yeah, see, I was right.
Skee ball? Come on, man. I want some skee
ball. Well, skee ball too, but I mean, give us that kind of stuff, that kind of ambiance of atmosphere of those style games, all lumped into one game. The bowling alley, like all that stuff lumped together was my thought. But yeah, I think it's cool, and I think people are going to like it. The hand tracking works well. This is probably, like, so far, the use of hand tracking, one of the better things I've seen people come out with, to use hand tracking. Yeah, air hockey, like all that kind of stuff. Make it a little
fun stuff.
Yeah, like make it a little world that you go hang out with your friends on a Friday night, and you have an adult beverage or some coffee, whatever you want to have in real life, and then you go hang out, and it's that kind of stuff's cool. You play those kind of bar games,
kind of like Poker Stars is for casinos. You know what I mean? Kind of. I mean, they're kind of pulling that too now with slots, right? Yeah. So, and that's a free game. So I don't really I feel like it could have been one game and it could have been awesome.
Yeah. Now maybe they'll change that, but as far as I know, it's a completely different game. That's going to be like $10 or $11. So we'll see. But I mean, I think it's cool. And I think it's worth, if you're into darts and stuff, I definitely think it's worth checking out. And there's different difficulties and stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. Good implementation, I think. Which I think this maybe leads us into another good topic, and that would be Horizon Worlds and this kind of world atmosphere and metaverse atmosphere. They did announce that the Horizon Worlds is available to everybody now. It's not beta only.
Not everybody.
Well, everybody that's 18 and over and lives in the U.S. and Canada. They've excluded everybody that didn't fall into those parameters. But So I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't.
is this, I don't know. I mean, I can understand there, I feel like going with, and I don't know if the 18 and over is permanent. I have a feeling that it's not, but I feel like going with the parameter of 18 and over eliminates a lot of the worries of some of the harassment issues and some of those issues that come into play with all that. I don't know if that's the reason they're going that route, but I also don't know why they left out everybody that's not in the US or Canada too. That was like, what?
I mean, they're going to have to figure all this out now that they're Meta, right? I mean, they need to figure all this out. I mean, and maybe they're just testing the waters, but if you're worried now about the 18 or older, I don't know. Good luck. I mean, because when somebody puts on a headset, you don't have to swipe your ID to go into a headset. You know what I mean? So
well, they are checking. Anyone? Like somebody said, like, how can they even know? But they're actually back checking your Facebook account to make sure that your age is over 18 when you go to log into this, which I was like, whoa.
But not everybody has multiple accounts on the headset. You know what I mean? If a parent has it, logs in, there you go. I mean, there's no proving, at that stage.
So like Skiva said, that's what made me chuckle. He said, oh, the preschool version of Neos. Like, I mean, there's other versions of games. And GT was just telling me about not Neos, the other one. That's pretty big. And he was saying, like, it's like amazing. I know Paradise K had a video of it. I was watching his video. He was like, there's like a Ready Player One with the that basement scene and stuff, and I guess that one's supposed to be really, really good too. That Sanzar, I think it's Sanzar, that is really realistic and stuff. And I don't think I've ever been in there, but I feel like I might have hopped in real early just and had a look, but never spent much time in there. But I do want to hop into that and see some of the worlds, and that's supposed to be really realistic. But the thing with this Horizon Worlds that bugs me is that I watch this trailer and I'm like, man, this looks pretty sweet. And then I go into Horizon Worlds and I'm like, where's all the stuff that I saw in the trailer? Like the actual Horizon Worlds looks nothing like this. I've never seen any of this in Horizon Worlds, and I've been in the beta forever. And I haven't, I mean, I hop into it, I actually just hopped into it last week, and I know there's another update that just came out. I was on the Quest earlier and I saw that there was an update for it, but it's like you tease this stuff with these trailers, but you can't do any of this stuff. Like it's nothing like this. Like it's not even impressive. No, I haven't seen anything impressive in Horizon Worlds, honestly.
I know. And I don't know if we're ever going to. I think they take too long to come out with content. They don't open enough of it to creators. And yes, they're promoting all this.
Yeah, and they do, like there is
here, give out money, blah blah blah.
Yeah, there is a lot of creator stuff, but
they don't have enough versatility. You still have to just use basically what they want you to do and figure out how to put it together. I don't think it's enough. I don't. Yeah. And I mean, if they want anything that wants to be meta is going to be this restrictive. I don't.
If they want to make the metaverse, they're going to have to push some boundaries. Open it up, they're going to have to do some incredible stuff because there's already too much competition out there, to really, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like most people are just going to play Rec Room or VR Chat. Like, they're not even going to go into this. They're going to go into it once and be like, all right, I'm done. And give us legs. Give us some stinking legs. But I did see, so this is a really good point. King Ugly mentioned Meta is under hot legal water for their data collection on teens. They're doing this as an act of good faith to shy away from more lawsuits about their manipulation of young minds. That may have something that explains the whole 18 and over thing a little bit more to me.
It covers them. It's like saying that, hey, we told them you have to be 18 or older.
Yeah.
So
maybe that has something to do with what that is all about right now.
I
guess so.
I don't know. I'm just not super cracked up. The one thing I am into right now, I will say, is Decentraland. That I've been telling you, I've been saying, if you're going to pick up Mana, if you're going to pick up Decentraland crypto, do it now. I've seen rumors that it's really going to pop off, and I would agree. I don't know, man. I know you're on the fence about it, but
I might pick some up. I probably will, but I can't buy it on like my normal E-Trade and Robinhood and all that stuff accounts.
So I think anything that the true metaverse is going to end up being at least financially not based, but backed by crypto because of they both kind of have the same ties to it's an electronically driven market. So I feel like it is the match that is going to happen. And if it does take off, it will be huge. Whether it ends up being Decentraland being the one or one of them or multiples, I don't know, but I feel like it's only up from here. So
yeah, I think 10 years from now, people that bought into whichever one's going to pop off could be it's just like Bitcoin. When that first came, I was like, what is this? Like, this doesn't even make sense to me. I'm not buying this. Now I'm like, wow, I should have bought that.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And it's all fun. Yes, it's not investment advice, clearly.
Oh no, don't listen to us about investment advice.
Right, exactly. But if I am gonna back something that is that for myself, it's gonna be something VR based and meta based currently, because I think that world is coming. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's gonna happen. So yeah.
What the?
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I don't even know if I want to talk about this crap.
What do we think about this? It doesn't make any sense. When I first saw this, I was like, this is totally a spam email. And then I was like, no, this actually came from Oculus. Like,
it did.
What is going on?
I don't know, man. They need some good buzz probably for themselves. That's probably it. Though I do take a little bit of this with maybe something we are going to hear. When I see this image, this little smiley face they have on there, what if you erase that smile? Picture, if you erase that smile, would you have color pass through cameras left?
Maybe. I've also heard full body tracking. I've heard all kinds of things. So let me read the email, because some people might not even know what we're talking about. So this was an email that came from Dr. Sixtoff, MetaQuest engineer. So this is a letter that he wrote, and they're trying to make it seem like this leaked or whatever. So it says, "Dear boss, Mr. Sixtoff here. I have been working on many top secret projects in my laboratory that is definitely not a basement. I believe it is finally my time to shine and flex my Quest technology prowess. You will not be disappointed. I have been scouring Quest 2 threads for insights and developing highly advanced drops. I propose a holiday Quest day where I reveal my creations that are totally useful and not at all frivolous. Like below. They will never see it coming. Please keep this all under wraps while I prepare my lab." And then it shows this image. And then it says, this is a response from the boss. It says, "In lieu of an unofficial hardware drop this year, we need to drop something for our fan base. Are there any free accessories or creations available for fans? What about that guy in the basement of Reality Labs? Does he have anything? Signed, Boss."
I know.
And then I was like, what? Like, what?
Right.
What is going on?
Right. I don't know. I think we didn't get anything out of Connect, right? So we didn't get literally anything, and I'm still chapped about that. So maybe they're like, yeah, we probably should have dropped something, and they're trying to give us something or lead us to something or give us hope, because we really haven't got anything from them headset wise. So yeah. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, yeah, like so many people are, like a lot of people are thinking full body tracking. Then they're thinking face tracking, because you see the eyes and the smiley face. So then we're thinking we're getting face tracking, which we know, HTC and other companies have released face tracking stuff. People are thinking that the little guy is a plush toy that is coming out. Other people have said that this is actually the outline for sticker decals for your headset that is going to be printable. I'm going to look up some things I saw online. So they're calling it Questy. So that's what they're thinking, like the plush toy thing is going to be Questy. At the very bottom, it shows the bigger headset guy, the smaller headset guy, and the little tiny thing with a question mark that's like right there. I don't know.
I know. I don't know either. I don't think it's a plush thing. Yeah, I would think more body tracking or something along those lines. Yeah. I just don't I don't get the shrinking thing. Don't really get that, but
yeah. So a lot of people are saying the body tracking with the image, and then it shows 48 inches by 86.25 inches, and they're saying that's the space for the amount of space that you have to move around with the full body tracking could be. I don't know.
I know. Voodoo doll. Zuck voodoo doll.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the most popular thing seems to be face tracking and body tracking. What are people saying in chat? Because I want to know what other people's thoughts are.
It's just trolling, I think. I think they're just trying to lead us and keep us going. You know what I mean?
But it does mention a hardware drop in lieu of a hardware drop this year.
Right.
I don't know what that means exactly. I mean, we know 2022 we're probably going to get that, whatever the new headset they talked about. Right. I can't think of what it's called, but
sure. And maybe it's just something about that leading to it,
Yeah, but it also talks about something free. Are there any free accessories or creations available for fans? Yeah. Like, it's so confusing to me. I don't know.
I know. Yep. So 22% said they got the email.
Yeah, I know a lot of people did.
50 some people already. Yeah. Huh.
So VirtVR or VirtChillVR said, so are they describing the tracking space? It is notably growing here. So I don't know. Official smiley face vinyl stickers.
I know.
And I've heard that too, and it could be. Voodoo doll. I don't have a clue what it means. I like a lot of the guesses about body tracking, though. That would be impressive. And they teased some stuff in those leaked videos we saw where they were using like a mirror to track some stuff, track your body and stuff. Man, I don't know.
I know. I don't know either.
I want to know, but I just don't know exactly what.
I know.
I don't know. I'm still reading how face tracking without hardware.
Not till we get a headset announcement. I'm not going to be amped probably.
You're not going to be amped for what?
Unless we get like a headset announcement or what we're getting or when it's coming or something. I mean,
it could still be big though if they, like I know on Discord we talked a little bit about it and people were saying possibly full body tracking using a cell phone, because they've done some of the stuff with cell phone for the greens, like the whatever mixed reality videos and stuff like that. Paul P. Jr. said, was it from Oculus? And yeah, it was from, the email was from like, let me see what it says it's from.
Yep. Oculus Gaming.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. It's MetaQuest, Contact Us, Facebook Technologies copyright at the bottom and all of that stuff. So
yeah, it wouldn't go out to, looks to be about 20% or 25% of people that have Oculus accounts if it wasn't official. So
King Ugly said, don't do face tracking. I'm too ugly. It won't work.
Sounds like our stream from after the fall.
Dave Curry said, I deleted it immediately thinking it was spam. And when I first read it, I was like, somebody pulled off a pretty funny scam here, like spam email, thinking it's Oculus, but supposedly it actually was. I don't know. Oh, it will be a meta sticker to go over the Oculus logo. That could be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that could be.
Whatever. I still use my Quest all the time, man. I still love it, but I don't think it's going to be for that. I think it's going to be for our the next headset we see from them. I don't think it's going to be for current. I don't. Maybe. But I would love to be proved wrong.
Hopefully, we're talking about this and we have an idea.
I would love it. I would love it, man. Yep.
Yeah. Did I give away the Zombieland? Yeah, I did. I gave away the Zombieland codes.
Yep.
Contractors code, Z-Ray. Okay, I think that's all of them. Sorry. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any. But yeah.
Shorten everybody,
Yeah, so I think, I don't know. Good playing stuff anything? This week.
We playing something?
I thought you were working on the basement.
We got a Christmas party to go to later here, so I might have a little time, but
I might be down to play a little. So we could do a little after the fall. Get two more people teamed up with us if somebody wants to play. I'm totally down for that for a little bit. My wife's out shopping.
Nightmare? Is it Nightmare? Right? Isn't that the hardest?
Yeah, Nightmare is hardest. It's hard. Yeah. It's actually hard.
I know. But it is good stuff, man. I do love it. And I saw Skiva say he thinks it should be one of the games of the years. It's good.
My thought is we haven't had a lot of stiff competition this year. So I think it stands a chance mainly in that. I think if we would have had some big games launched this year, I don't know. I think honestly, the Resident Evil 4 would probably beat it out though in most competitions through votes and stuff like that. But I don't know, it is really popular, and if they can get some more DLC out this year for the game that really puts it over the top, then I think it can be a contender.
What about Contractors? I mean,
that's not game of the year. That's been out for a long time.
Yeah, on Steam though, not on Quest.
Oh, it's been out on Quest since last year at least.
Not officially though.
Yeah.
Was it officially out?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look up the date. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I think it was this year. We're just so used. I mean,
we've been playing it for so long.
Right.
But yeah. So
I know. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of good games though. We could still see some surprise releases too up until Christmas.
Yeah, we still got a little bit of time. But I think it's probably going to end up being a contender. I do hope for some DLC to make it a little bit more in depth. But it's a good game. It's fun. I've been having fun playing it for sure. So
I know.
Yeah.
But, all right, man. Cool. Let's get out of here. We'll quit rolling. What do we got for an outro? What do we got?
Mugshots. We got some good mugshots this week on our Discord. So if you want to get your mugshots in, there's a mugshot section on our Discord that's just involving coffee mugs, whatever. But I love them.
Hit me with that link in Clay one more time.
Oh my goodness! Now I gotta
Come on, man. Come on.
Now I gotta find it. It's a lot.
No, I don't care.
Said than done.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's awesome. It's well worth the try to find it. So good.
RenderedRealityvr!
Now we can end it.
It does make me laugh. All right. Later.
All right, guys.
See y'all.
We'll get out of here. See you back here. See you in VR or the metaverse somewhere.
Quick last minute super chat. Hey. Thank you, sir.
Cheers,
sorry I was late.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
We'll
Awesome. Thank you for that super chat.
Yep. Later, guys. Later.